Hello class, welcome back again to our online discussion in this course, Fundamentals in Food Service Operation. So we are now in topic number 7. We will discuss about setting up tables. So setting up tables means placing the tablecloth and the appropriate tableware and linen on the table. So this topic will present to you the most common table setup today. So we already discussed about the placing of the tablecloth and also the tableware. That is our previous lecture about the glassware, flatwares, and cutlery or crockery. Also crockery, cutlery, and glasswares. So at this topic number 7, we will discuss about the setting up tables. So we will discuss about the two common table setup, the a la carte, or they call it basic table setup, and table d'hôte or setup. So first, we will discuss about the a la carte or basic table setup. Okay, so number 1, we have this guide. We have numbers here so that we can able to identify. So in the a la carte menu, guests are free to choose the dishes to order. And that is why the most notable characteristics of this setup is that only the basic tableware is set as the table is prepared for the guest. So as you can observe here, this is only a basic setup, not like in this part. It's more complicated compared to this basic setup. So this is called a la carte because the guest has a free to choose his dishes to order. So number 1, as we have discussed this in our previous discussion, number 1, this is the dinner fork. Number 2, that this is a show plate. 3, this is the table napkin or serviette. 4, this is a dinner knife. 5, this is a water goblet. And number 6, salt and pepper shakers. As you can also observe, there is a 1-inch gap between the edge of the table and the handle of the cutlery. So again, this is a basic table setup, or this is commonly known as a la carte. Again, the a la carte menu, the guests have a free to choose the dishes to order. So this is only a basic, simple setup. Now let's proceed to table d'hôte or table d'hôte table setup or set menu setup. Okay, so we also have here a guide. 1, this is a bread plate and a butter knife. Okay, this is a butter knife and this is the bread plate. Number 2, forks. We have here dinner fork, salad fork, and then the fish fork. Again, dinner fork, salad fork, and fish fork. And then number 3, this is the show plate. Number 4, this is a dessert spoon. We have dessert spoon and we also have dessert fork. This is the common mistake of the students in setting up the dessert spoon and fork. So the spoon, it is on the right side, as you can observe also here, right side, and the left side, that is the different kinds of fork. Okay, so the handle must be in the right side because this is a spoon. And then for the fork, the handle is in the left side because it is intended for the left hand. Okay, so it must not be disarranged. It must be well arranged. So that is for number 4. And then we also have number 5, the water goblet and the wine glasses. This is a water goblet. Next is the red wine glass, and next is the white wine glass. Okay, please memorize also the arrangement of the glasses. Then number 6, the different knives. We have dinner, fish, and salad. We have dinner knife, we have fish knife, and we have salad knife. Okay, and then I think I have mistakenly mentioned about the fork. This is a dinner fork because this is the dinner knife. This is a fish fork. Okay, this is not a salad fork. This is a fish fork. This is a fish knife. This is a salad fork. This is a salad knife. Okay, that is for number 6. And then let's proceed to number 7, coffee cup and saucer. So this is a coffee cup and this is a saucer, or also known as an underliner. This is for number 7. And number 8, soup spoon. This is a soup spoon. And number 9, this is table napkin. We also have a fork here. This is called appetizer fork. It's not mentioned in this picture. So we will have a recap. They also have a salt and pepper shaker. Okay. They have a water goblet, red wine glass, white wine glass, a coffee cup, underliner or saucer, appetizer fork, soup spoon, salad knife, fish knife, dinner knife, table napkin or serviette. This is a show plate. This is a dessert spoon. This is dessert fork. This is a dinner fork. This is fish fork. This is a salad fork. This is a butter knife. This is a bread plate. Again, this is a bread plate, not a saucer, not any kinds of other plates. This is a bread plate. Now we will discuss more on the tableau cover setup. Okay, this is a complicated one and this is a basic one, a la carte basic. Tableau or set menu setup, tableau. So we'll discuss more on the tableau cover setup. The tableau menu is known for having a set price. Okay, again we will back here. Usually it is a set price, just like we have discussed in a previous lecture. They have a set price. For example, there's a wedding or any occasions. Okay, so they have a set price, not an a la carte. Again, what is a la carte menu? The food and the price is specific. For tableau or set menu, the price is set. We already have a dessert, appetizer, soup, etc. That is a set. So the tableau menu is known for having a set price for a meal, including a certain number of courses. So in this menu, the table is present. So all the necessary tableware for the entire meal are already laid out. Since the waiter already know what are the food to be served, that is why they already put this set up. Not like in the a la carte, because the waiter don't know the order of the guests. Okay, so it is already arranged. This is not arranged. Okay, let's return here. In this menu, the table is present, so all the necessary tableware for the entire meal are already laid out. So the table setup may vary according to what the first dish is based on the order of the guest. So if a soup is the first dish, soup spoon should be set together with the rest of the tableware. Meanwhile, in fish or other items like escargot snails are on the menu, the appropriate dining utensils should also be included in the setup. So, for example, after taking the order, or if, for example, the bride or the groom already pay the amount, so the waiter already know what are the dishes to be served. That is why they will prepare the table. We have the table set up. So now let's proceed. There are following standards to follow for a good table setting. Number one, it has a completeness. Okay, that is why it is important that we need to double check if all the tableware is complete. and also uniformity and the balance. That is why we need to consider also the distance between the table setups. Next, order and timeliness. There will always be a timeliness, especially in serving the order. And it must have an eye appeal. That is why it is also again it is important to review, check the table setup. If there's any damage, we need to change the items. And it is also important to have an hygienic practices. That is why it is important that we need to wash these tablewares and we need to sanitize as well. So we will discuss first about the completeness. So in terms of completeness here, all the necessary tableware should be set before the service starts. Again, the preparation is very important. Coffee or tea must be with sugar or creamer. Placemats can be set up when the table is not covered with a tablecloth. Again, if the table don't have a tablecloth, we need to put placemats. Next, condiments should be set on the table and refilled when appropriate. That is why it is very important again to check if the condiments had an enough items or condiments. If there is a lacking, we need to refill it. Next, client requirements and cover adjustments should be provided before food orders are served. Okay, so for example, there are some adjustments, so it should be before the food orders are served. Next, for in terms of uniformity and balance, there should be even spacing between chairs and covers or the table setting for each guest. So we need to review also the spaces between chairs and covers of the table setting. Also, same glassware and crockery and cutlery items should be provided for guests who have the same food orders. So if the guests have the same food orders, they must have also this crockery, cutlery, and glasswares. So it must have a balance. Next, cutlery items should be aligned properly with the same distance from the edge of the table. So we need to check also. We need to have the proper measurement. Usually, there is a 1 inch gap between the handle of the cutlery and the edge of the table. Now, in terms of order and timeliness, all service equipment should be on the appropriate side of the cover. Next, glasses, cups, and saucer, knives, and the cocktail fork should be on the right side. So we need also to remember this one. The cocktail fork or the appetizer fork must be in the right side. Because usually the fork are located in the left side. So, for example, dinner fork, fish fork, and salad fork. But the cocktail fork is located in the right side, not on the left side. Also the glasses, cups, and saucers and knives. So again, forks exempt for the cocktail fork should be on the left side. Condiments should be at the center together with the centerpiece. Okay, the condiments, salt and pepper shaker. Cutlery items should be arranged according to the sequence they are going to be used. Okay, so the first thing, if for example, if you have an appetizer, that is why we need to have this kind of sequence. We need to use the items, okay, from far to the nearest to the show plate. Okay, and also for the eye appeal, we will discuss more on the later lecture. So we will discuss more on this part. Next, eye appeal. The whole setup should look presentable. Presidential and buffet tables should be skirted for banquet events. That's why it is also that you need to undergo some practice or skills in table skirting. Appropriate color combination should be observed So if there's a dark color, it has a combination with a light color. Okay, to have a color combination. And appropriate centerpiece and decor should be used. And lastly, hygienic practices. The hands are washed and dried clean when setting up the tables. You need to remember this one. If you are working in the restaurants or any hotels or any establishments, before you will handle these tablewares, you need to wash your hands. Not just washing your hands, but you need also to dry your hands. Tablecloths, napkins, and other linen items are pressed and freshly laundered before these are made ready for use. So we need to consider the pressing or ironing our tablecloths and napkins and other linens. So again, as you can observe, this is discussed more on the preparation. And lastly, table napkins and other linen items are not overly handled during the napkin folding and the table setup. I hope that you have learned something from this video and don't forget to answer the quiz. Bye bye.